Hello fans, Cowboy Jobu here with the Jobu Report, and we're checking in on First Take. Seems they're worried about the Dallas Cowboys and think that they're in trouble because they lost the preseason game. Need I remind you, the Cowboys are 0-8 in their last preseason games? That's right, 0-8. On the flip side, the Washington Redskins are 3-0. Do you think the Washington Redskins are a good team? Okay, goes to show you, preseason doesn't mean much. Well, Stephen A. Smith isn't here today, and they have Shannon Sharpe filling in. Let's go to the tape.
Season form, he was on point. As for their defense, another story. The Cowboys allowed Vikings quarterbacks to complete 24 of their 27 passes. Side note, Dez and AP did not play. America's team is now 0-3 in the preseason. Mr. Bayless,
yes.
Are you at all concerned?
You know, not only am I not concerned, I'm offended by this question. I'm offended, and it's your fault because you came up with it in the meeting. Am I right?
Take it.
Yeah, you can take it. Look, in the preseason, my least concern is a team's record. I don't care because I'm going to remind you of something.
Get out healthy.
Last year, 1 year ago in the preseason, my Dallas Cowboys went 0-4. And what happened after that? Tell me what happened. They almost got to the Super Bowl. Now, you can laugh and say, they still had to go to Seattle.
And it still wasn't a catch.
It was a catch.
Oh,
Are you kidding me?
Shannon.
We might have to re-tee this topic.
You know better.
You know it
Hater.
was a catch. They should have won that game. I believe they would have gone back to Seattle where they had won in the regular season, and they would have won again, and they would have faced Tom Brady and the New England Patriots in the Super Bowl. That's off an 0-4 preseason. That's off a regular season opener at home in which they got trounced by the 49ers, and Romo threw 3 interceptions. Remember that?
Yes.
Okay, why am I so much more confident this time? Because Tony Romo a year ago could not practice except every other practice. Remember that?
The back.
Do you remember he missed the entire spring a year ago? He couldn't do any OTAs. He couldn't do any of the spring drills at all. And this year, he is practicing full. Now, they kept him out of the preseason games except for 3 plays 2 games ago. Then the other night, I thought he looked like mid-season or maybe playoff form Tony Romo.
He
looked real good. Did you see the 60-yarder Terrence Williams? Can we
was a
see that
bomb.
play? Woo! Woo! Look at that.
Money.
Look at that. That's Romo. Vintage.
Skip.
Vintage.
That's a 15-yard route that the guy
don't
takes
care.
45.
He split the defense. He split the defense. It was a dart by Tony Romo. And then how about this play? Look at this. Escape. Wait. He couldn't have done this a year ago. He escapes. Zip. Lucky Whitehead, another receiver they have discovered. By the way, he ran into Orlando Scandrick the other day and knocked him out of the season. That guy,
okay.
but that's
Not
okay.
so lucky.
That's okay because he's going to make it up to the team because I think he's going to be a factor in the receiving core. So now let's go back to my defense that is so bad. This defense, I'm on record, will end up being a little better than last year's, which was good enough to get them pretty far into the playoffs.
Top 10.
All right?
Jobu told you.
Again, Greg Hardy gone for the first 4 games. Rolando McClain gone for the first 4 games.
Yep.
Arguably, their 2 best defensive players will come back for game number 5. And in the interim, I think I'm going to be just fine because Sean Lee came back the other night. He is a football player. And by all accounts, in the game the other night,
Looking good.
he made football plays. Jason Garrett said he was around the ball. I think he played 17 plays. They were excited about what they saw from Sean Lee the other night. Then I look at the secondary, and I make
Morris
jokes about
Claiborne
Orlando
got through a
Scandrick.
game without getting hurt.
He's not Deion Scandrick. Again, I love him, but everybody's
He's the
making him
best
out to be.
thing they have.
Okay, I'll give you that. But you know what? This is a pretty good secondary. Brandon Carr had an interception the other day. Mo Claiborne was a mid-first round pick, and I loved him at LSU, and I think he's about to come into his own.
Skip, you watch Claiborne. They've been very disappointed.
I understand.
Brandon, you know what
It's
they call
time
Brandon?
for
You know
him
what they
to
call
rise and
Brandon
shine.
Carr? Used car.
Okay.
Because anytime a team wants a touchdown or a big
terrible.
play,
You know
they
what?
throw to his side.
Okay,
You keep
I want
talking
you to
about
remember
Sean Lee.
used Carr this year.
When was
You're
the
going
last-
to hear it back from me.
When was the
okay?
last time Sean Lee played an entire season?
Well, okay, this time.
You keep hoping.
Yeah.
All I can go
This
by is
time.
what I've seen in the past.
Okay, all right.
Greg Hardy's gone for 4 games. Rolando McClain's gone for 4 games. Scandrick's gone for the season. And so you're pinning your hopes on Claiborne and Brandon Used Car.
And Byron Jones, their first-round pick, University of
UConn,
Connecticut. You're right.
Huskies.
But you got to think about
listen,
that. Where's DeMarco Murray?
Okay.
DeMarco
You know what?
Murray
I'm
had
glad
one
you
of
brought that up.
DeMarco Murray had one of the all-time great rushing seasons last year. Skip. They control
How
the
can you
ball.
take him seriously
Now they're doing
in
running
that
back by
butt
committee.
ugly
Okay,
jacket
Darren
and that
McFadden
bow
flashed
tie?
Darren McFadden the other night.
Skip, if you've been-
I liked him. I liked what I saw because he was finally healthy. And by the way, Joseph Randle, every time he touched the football last year, 51 times, he averaged 7 yards a carry. 51 carries, 7 yards, and he looked like Joseph Randle the other night. That's a pretty good one.
Skip, that's like a guy coming in on the goal line and having 5 for 5 touchdowns. Come on, Skip. You're going to take a guy
51 touches. Do you remember at Seattle last year? He gashed them, man. They didn't know what hit him. He won that game. I think Dallas
51
won
touches.
that game.
And you're going to say Joseph
I
Randle
love him.
is a better than DeMarco Murray.
The 1-2 punch will make up for DeMarco Murray.
Yeah.
Again, they're not. Neither is DeMarco, but together they will be DeMarco.
Darren McFadden has been injured more than Sean Lee, and that's saying something.
Who has the best offensive line in football?
The Cowboys.
Thank you.
But
still there. It didn't go to Philadelphia with DeMarco.
Unfortunately, in football, they don't play defense.
Yeah.
And that defense is going to be worse than they were last year.
Okay. So meanwhile, the offense is going to be better than it was last year. Des Bryant hasn't played in the
Pass
preseason.
rush
They're
is going to be a
explosive
beast
now
and a
without
difference
Des.
maker.
So in other words,
Are
you're
you
saying
kidding
Des
me?
Bryant's going to have more than 16 touchdowns this year.
Yep, he will. He's about to take it one more level up.
Skip.
Watch. Jason Witten. I know he's no Shannon Sharpe, but he's pretty good.
He's not a guy that scores a bunch of touchdowns.
Yeah.
But on third down, he's always going to get you a key third down. He's always going to make the big catch for you. Skip, where are you going to get 18, 48, and 12 rushing touchdowns from?
From those two guys and Lance Dunbar. I like all three of them. I'm content. I am fine. If they stay healthy, and again, I get you, Darren McFadden, he had one full healthy year. Go back and look at the numbers in Oakland. They were big-time numbers.
Skip has been in the league 5 years.
Okay, well, this
and he
is
had
time.
one healthy year.
Yeah, and who is he with? The dysfunctional Oakland Raiders. Now he's with Jerry's Dallas Cowboys.
Getting
Jerry
beat
loves him
up
'cause he
behind the
plays
line of
football
scrimmage
carry
without
for
an
him.
offensive
So
line.
Watch what happens when he's in the comfort zone in Dallas, Texas. I still love this team. This team is going to win the NFC. You can book it.
But
And
wait,
you-
Not the NFC East.
I said the NFC,
whoa.
period.
Yes.
I'm already on record. NFC, take away the East.
But good thing, Tower.
The East is easy.
They don't even sell records
Cold.
anymore. Everybody does iTunes now, so they don't even sell records. So we know that's not going to come to fruition. Skip, you actually believe that the Cowboys are going to win not only the NFC East, they're going to win the entire NFC?
Yeah, you know why? Tony Romo should have been the MVP last year.
Skip,
Go look at the
stop
numbers.
playing.
Go look at the numbers. Look at his QBR. It was off the charts better than anybody else's. Yeah, I'll give you Aaron Rodgers. I'll give you anybody. Russell Wilson. You can even have Tom Brady. Look at QBR. Peyton Manning. Romo he lapped the field in QBR last year.
He didn't have the field. He barely beat Aaron Rodgers. Skip, stop.
He did not. Go look at QBR. He killed them. And this year, he's poised to take it up
Who had
another
a better
level of
offense?
maturity.
Who had better numbers? Who had a better record? Rodgers or Romo?
Who should have won that playoff game?
The team that won.
Romo made the throw to win the game.
The man out there with a cane,
It was-
and they still beat the Cowboys.
It was a catch.
Shannon, who do you have winning the NFC East? Sorry to put you on the spot. The Eagles. And then what about the NFC? Can you go that far? Too early?
It's way too early.
Hater.
Skip just went out there because he loves the Cowboys.
I'm already out there. I've been out there the whole time.
Packers are a little banged
I
up.
don't back off.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid. I believe in this.
No one is hiding.
Wait, let me help me out here. Who picked Dallas to win the East last year when nobody else did?
You did.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you very much.
I
didn't
did. Skip.
expect Nick Foles
Skip.
to land that
Joe Boo
plane.
here.
He did. Yep.
All right, gentlemen, we have to leave it here. Eagle.
Well, if that's not a hater of the Cowboys, I don't know what is. He wouldn't give the Cowboys credit for anything, including saying our defense will be worse than last year. Goes to show you, the experts don't always know jack. Have a great night, friends.